Hey, ladies and gents, it's Wiz. I'm here with Miggy.
Hello.
Hey, Miggy. We are doing a review of the Mythic Legions Fury Clan Orc. Before we get started, I'm going to do a little bit of housekeeping because World War Hulk from the Four Horsemen forums on sourcehorseman.com asked me to highlight the pins because he wanted to see what size they were and how easy it would be to maybe glue them onto a shield and create like a custom shield. So here is a shield, and here is one of the faction pins, and there you can see that the faction pin is around the same size as the logo that's already on there. So that would work. You would just have to snap the two little pins that are on the pin, and then maybe super glue it on there. So that's with that sort of shield. And if you wanted to see what it would look like with the round shield, it would also fit there. Of course, the pins are all different sizes, so your mileage may vary. But thanks for the question, World War Hulk, and I hope that answers it for you. Let's go into the bio for the Fury Clan Orc. Despite their harsh name, the Fury Clan Orcs are known as much for their intellect as they are for their savagery. These fiery red beasts are often recruited as assassins among the ranks of Erethr's armies. Unsettlingly precise in their methods, the ways of the Fury Clan Orcs warriors stand out in stark contrast to those of their green-skinned cousins. These discrepancies in style and method are so pronounced that they often lead to unwelcome infighting whenever the varied clans are stationed together. So, I guess, even though he's red, and I would be pissed off about being red, he seems to be relying more on cunning and intellect than just sheer anger. So here is a look at him next to one of his green-skinned cousins. So you can see what the difference is. And now what we need is a yellow orc, so then we could have a stoplight trio. Right? Green means go, red means stop. And then we already have a yellow skinned character. We've got Melina, and I think she's half orc, half vampire. But yeah, you could make them the stoplight trio if you want. But what do you think of the red orc versus the green orc? Because the red is kind of a departure as far as what we usually think of in an orc.
The green orc. I like the green orc better.
You like the green orc better?
Yeah.
I was thinking I like the green orc better. But the more I look at the red orc, the more badass he seems.
It looks kind of skinny.
That might be because he's sporting armor instead of showing off his abs.
Yeah, but he still looks kind of skinny.
He looks kind of skinny because he's a stealthy assassin, I guess. Yeah, I think the fact that he doesn't have his chest out and he's not showing off his shoulders and his guns maybe makes him seem kind of skinny. But what if he comes out and he like flexes like that? Still kind of skinnier, right?
I mean, skinny compared to the other ones, but
compared to the other orc. One thing I really like about this figure is how many cool weapons and accessories he comes with. He comes with this sword, and this is a redeco of the sword that came with what's the female leader of the skeletons? Maybe Margalith, if I'm thinking correctly. Anyway, we've seen this sword before, but we've never seen it quite in this just sort of black, you know, understated sort of look. And I think that sword is one of the coolest weapons that the Four Horsemen have put out. I like this too, this sharp, sort of vicious pike or spear. What would you call that?
A razor blade stuck on a stick.
It's got a pokey edge and it's got a sharp edge. He's got a pokey, but I mean, it definitely looks vicious. And then another cool weapon right here. And the neat thing about this is that the pommel, it looks like it's a thigh bone right there, and that would be the joint right there where it sticks. But those are 3 cool weapons. It comes with that. It comes with a different head, the armored head. And let's see, what else does it come with? It comes with these 3 guys. Do you know what these 3 things are? People are always asking, what the heck are these? These are wing adapters. So you can attach wings to any figure using that port in the back. And these are 1.0 wings, I think, 2.0 wings. And this is like for weapons. But people are like, well, what would a orc look like with wings? Well, I think he'd look kind of like a demon. All right, check this out. This isn't the Four Horsemen's wings, but look at that. Oops.
The floppy wings.
I think that's pretty badass right there, right? Because he's red, which automatically makes him seem real demonic. So if you have a set of the red wings, then you have kind of a supernatural orc. Because when orcs die,
orcs normally aren't supernatural enough.
No, but I mean, when orcs die or whatever, maybe they go to hell and they get their wings. Every time you hear a not a bell, but every time you hear a something ring, another orc demon gets its wings. So I think I might try that. I think I might try that with the red wings and see what it looks like. But yeah, so that would be a supernatural kind of orc, like a demon orc, which goes well with the red skin. I want to say that these orcs are pretty awesome. I want to compare them to some of my favorite orcs and least favorite orcs from the past. This is a World of Warcraft orc, which I've always been quite partial to, even though it doesn't really have a lot of articulation. But what do you think of that art? That's very dynamic sculpting. I don't know if McFarlane put it out or who put it out. Let's see what it says on the bottom.
Got meaty legs.
Blizzard. So it's a World of Warcraft. It's got this massive axe. I love the pissed off expression. Maybe we can get a screaming orc head. It comes with the little beanie, but that thing is the bane of my existence because it falls off every time. And I know I have it somewhere, but I don't know where it is. So he's got a beanie to protect his bald head. But this is one of my favorite orcs. Obviously, it came out in 1998? So 20 years ago. So things have improved since when it comes to articulation. And this is the vast improvement, but maybe a suggestion for the Horsemen, like a head like that with a scream and an orc. And then you started getting into sad CGI orc. I think this was a scan or something, but this is from the Lord of the Rings, and he's not, he's kind of like a bluish pale. Something about the character was cool, but the sculpt is super soft. The paint is sort of washed out.
Like a fish.
Doesn't he look sad? He looks sad. He's got like a placid, neutral expression on his face, and I mean the fact that
he looks really smooth.
The fact that he performed surgery on himself on the battlefield and just jammed like a giant cooking fork into his arm. That's kind of cool, but still, this one was a disappointment all the way around. I mean, look at the articulation. His skirt doesn't let him move that well. But that was sad, and I thought orc action figures had reached their lowest point until the World of Warcraft movie. Did you hear about the World of Warcraft movie?
I heard about it. Never saw it.
Geez, these action figures were just pieces of junk. And I bought one single female orc, or this may be a half orc, and not because it was a good figure, but I so wanted to get some orcs, but then when I saw them in person, they're just pieces of junk. They're just wastes of plastic. Not so much the design, but the execution, the paint, the lack of articulation. They really dropped the ball on the orcs in the latest World of Warcraft movie. But this is the female orc, so I have her. And even though those went on clearance, and I could have gotten an orc from World of Warcraft for like $3, I'm like, nah. I have enough cool figures in my collection that I don't really need to buy a worthless hunk of plastic. So, hey, but we have these, and these are much, much cooler. And let me take it, the articulation through its paces, because I hardly ever do that. Oops.
It's not that far.
It comes with a strap as well. I'm using the strap to hold the weapon in there. We're like 11 minutes into the review. So anyway, I'm not going to take it through all its paces. If I have articulation focused reviews where you can see what the articulation is like on these figures, so maybe check one of those out. The other thing that's cool about this guy is I think he's very metal looking. And I went to the bead store. You ever been to the bead store? And I bought this cool skull. Like, I don't know if it's for a charm bracelet or for like a necklace or whatever. And
Rituals.
I've been waiting to find me a figure that's cool enough to wear this. And I think I finally have. Here we go. Put the alternate. No, this head. And with these little like this bead, or like with little bits and bobs and jewelry that you added, I think it looks really cool. What do you think? Huh? He's the first figure I found that's metal enough to pull that off. Guess I haven't officially popped this head on there, so let me do that. And there you go. He doesn't come with that skull, that little metal skull, guys. That's the one I got at the store. So which head do you prefer, the bald head or like the fully armored up?
The bald one.
Bald head's cool, huh?
But
that's why they give you that, so you can buy another Fury Orc.
His teeth get longer when he puts on a helmet.
They're gonna have. Do they?
Yeah.
No, it's a different character. I don't know. Do they really?
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. So they're like Wolverine teeth. They pop out. All right, so that's it for the review of the Fury Orc. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Any comments or questions?
No.
All right, it's DeWiz signing out.